Today might be a perfect day to learn about some reptiles. What do you know about reptiles? Well, let me see. Oh, there's some different kinds of reptiles. We could think about snakes, alligators, lizards, crocodile, turtle, and chameleons. But there's many, many more. Do you know that reptiles have scales, not fur? Reptiles usually hatch out of eggs, so that means they are oviparous. Some are born alive and well, but very few. Now, can you think of some reptiles? At my house, we have lizards that crawl everywhere. I like to watch them. They have smooth scales, and do you know they can camouflage themselves? Yes, lizards can sometimes be brown, green, maybe red, maybe pink. The males will pump themselves up with a big bubbly little balloon here that turns kind of reddish in color. They skitter everywhere. Chameleons can change colors too. They have a magic of changing themselves in rainbow colors if they should feel threatened, or perhaps they're happy. They have a marvelous spiral tail and claws that help them to grab onto tree branches. Now, snakes. I have learned to like snakes. Yes, the triangle head ones are poisonous and have venom. But those that have the oval or the round faces are usually our helper snakes. They can have such beautiful patterns, but we must remember we shouldn't be going around picking up snakes because we don't know how they will react to us, so it's best to step back and leave them alone when we find them in nature. But what about alligators? I live in a place where there are alligators, yes. And the baby ones are about this big. Mama alligator will carry them in her mouth, and Mama alligator will let them ride on her back. And they are cracked out of eggs. Hatched out of eggs is the correct term. And so it is that I thought we'd start with a song about slippery snakes. Oh, I wish I were a silly slippery snake. Oh, I wish I were a silly slippery snake. I'd slither across the floor and I'd slip under the door. Oh, I wish I were a silly slippery snake. I love how the words silly, slippery, snake, and slither and slide all start with the S sound, which is what we might say a snake makes. So I think you could enjoy learning about snakes and seeing them at your local zoo. Well, what about alligators? What? Can we do a counting song about alligators? I like gators, and I think it would be a lot of fun to do a counting song. So let's start with one little alligator, and then we can continue that counting song. One little alligator swimming in a pool. Along comes another, and then there are two. Two little alligators swimming by a tree. Along comes another, and then there are three. Three little alligators swimming by the shore. Along comes another, and then there are four. Four little alligators having so much fun. Mama alligator calls, "It's time for bed." "Oh, Mom, our fun is done." Five little alligators could be the song, but wait a minute, we only have four. Where did the other one go? Up, I spy it. Whoop. There it is. The fifth little alligator has arrived. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what if we could also learn about alligators and sing another little song? Here's a baby alligator. A baby alligator was green and small. He hadn't any sharp teeth, none at all. He snapped at a beetle and he snapped at a fly, but he didn't catch a thing, so he started to cry. Meow. But that little alligator grew big and long. Soon his teeth were sharp and strong. He snapped at the beetle and he snapped at the fly. He's a happy alligator, now we know why. Alligators are fun. I sometimes see them in my yard. Do you have any? Oh, there's someone else who wants to meet us. Wait just a minute. I'm going to pop down and pick him up. Are you ready? Can you count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got him. He's right here. There's my little friend. He is a reptile too. He's a little turtle. Turtles lay eggs. Turtles have scales. And he has an upper shell and a bottom shell that are made from a strong material, keratin, which is like what your fingernails and your toenails are made of. Do you have a song for us, my little turtle friend? He does. You might know this one, so you can join along. I know a little turtle who lives in a box. He swims in the water and he climbs on the rocks. He snaps at a mosquito. He snaps at a flea. He snaps at a minnow. And he snaps at me. No. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow, but he didn't catch me. Oh, there's so many things that we can learn about reptiles and other animals. I'm glad you could join me in story time today.